لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. الله.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's happening? Let me get a mic check. First thing first, put it in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. We're gonna get this party started, man. We're gonna get this party started. Let me know if you can hear me. Put it in the chat. Let me know. Click that like button. And let me know if I'm clear to begin. What's up, Myrna? What's happening? Max Soul Experience. Salam, bro. What's up? What's up? All right, man. Y'all ready? All right. Well, let me turn my phone off. Hold on. Got ring doorbell alarms. All right. So, the throne of Allah has been found, the secrets in the Quran, which is really a part 2 to last week's conversation that I did, which was a phenomenal piece. And part 3 next week is going to be really interesting as well. But there's a concept known as the throne in the Quran that I want to get into. And this came by the way of revelation. And I'm gonna get into that revelation of how it came to me, with connecting the dots and whatnot. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. As I said last week, Khaled, what up, bro? Jamie, what's up? In the Holy Quran, there are various chapters. The sun, is called Al-Shams, which is chapter 91. But as I pointed out last week, you will see that the sun is 91 million miles away from the earth at the perihelion, which is about January the 3rd on average, which is the closest to the sun. And then when we get 6 months later in July, we are the furthest away from the sun, about 94 million miles away from the sun. So the earth and sun's relationship is not an even Steven of a constant. We're close, and then at some point we travel an additional 3 million miles away at the furthest point. So I find it very ironic that chapter 91 is an astronomical number in the distance from the earth to the sun. When we get into the moon is very very interesting in of itself, because it's a concept that's related to the resurrection of the soul. If you go to like chapter 75, which means resurrection, it talks about on that day, the day of resurrection, the moon will become darkened. And I always like to pose the question, well, why does the moon have to become dark? Why is the moon connected to the resurrection of a human soul? There's a direct correlation that's there. Chapter 53, this is the chapter where Sirius is revealed. Allah is the Lord of Sirius. And it's in verse 49 that he says this, but the orbital period of Sirius is 49.9 years. You got another chapter known as the big stars that's in there. The throne is mentioned in that chapter as well. Very interesting. Why is the throne mentioned in a chapter that represents the big stars or the constellations? There's a chapter called Al Nur, which means the light, in chapter 24. But we have 24 hours of light, whether it's moonlight, nighttime, and daylight, 12 and 12 in a sense. And so that's a very interesting concept. And then we have another one called Asr, which represents time. And our whole calculation of time is like if you're doing the moon calendar, it's the moon going around the earth and catching back up with the sun. Or if you're doing a solar calendar, it's the sun going around the earth going around the sun in 365 days. But you're going in a circle. And if we break the word Asr down, it equals 360, which is the amount of time or the total degrees of our travel, which is a circle. So the Quran is a very profound astronomical book that absolutely gives us coordinates. This is what we got to get to. It gives us coordinates of certain frequencies, certain energies that are really here to help humanity progress. Okay. So just with these 5 chapters alone, or sorry, 6, there's a lot of reference points to celestial bodies in the heavens. Okay. So last week I had pointed out that there's a verse in the Quran that says the angels and the spirit ascend to him in a day, the measure which is 50,000 years. And that's very profound because when we understand the basic formula for time is speed, is distance, right? So speed and distance, the time you get there is that'll give you the time, right? But you gave us basically a distance, 50,000 years, which if you give us that, you know what I mean? Then the question is, all right, you gave us the time, 50,000 years, which really you're saying is clear that something is 50,000 years away. Now, obviously, in this verse, you're not talking about infinity because you wouldn't have capped it with 50,000 years of our earth time to make it to this destination where the angels ascend to. And that's very important to really conceptualize. You're not talking about infinity. You're talking about something that takes 50,000 years. Okay. So, I pointed out last week, because again, you got to connect the dots, that science has a model that says, hey, there's something called the Sagittarius dwarf spheroidal galaxy. And we believe that repeated collisions between it and our Milky Way galaxy are believed to have triggered major star formation episodes, including one that created our sun around the same time of its formation, roughly about 4.7 billion years ago. So science is saying, hey, we calculated that when the dwarf galaxy intersects with our galaxy, these new stars was formed, and out of that became the sun. Well, historically speaking, the sun is older than the earth and all of the planets by a couple 100 million years. And so our whole solar system, Earth, Venus, Neptune, Mars, Saturn, all of them, we go around the sun. So this intermixing of the galaxies is our origin point, according to modern science. Okay. when we read the green underline, it says that the spheroidal galaxy is traveling in a polar orbit, which means it passes over our Milky Way galactic poles at a distance of about 50,000 years. Okay. So that would look like this. The spheroidal galaxy is going around us, over us, and through us. And since you said it passes over our galaxy's pole, then that means that that distance, as we just saw scientifically, says it's 50,000 years. So therefore, the question that we can raise is, okay, well, if this is the creation of our solar system, are you taking us back to our origin point when you say that? Because now we found our origin point, and it just so happens to line with the Quran. So you taking us back into the essence of cosmic dust, in a sense, a cosmic interaction. Okay, cosmic galaxy interaction. All right. So let's read the Quran here. Let me blow this up for me. On the left hand side, chapter 53. As the stars fell away, your friend Muhammad was not astray, nor was he deceived, nor was he speaking out of a personal desire. It was divine inspiration. Inspiration also means revelation. So some you see it was a divine revelation. On the right hand side, to continue, dictated by the most powerful, possessor of all authority, from his highest height at the highest horizon. Let me stop right there for a minute, because when you understand the planet's rotations, the sun comes up in the east and it looked like it's flat level with the earth at that time. And then it starts rising, rising, rising. Then it hits a point called the horizon, known as the midhaven, which is the southern region of the sky where it appears at its highest. It then from there, it starts to journey downward. So you're saying here that, let me blow it back up again, right? Hold on 1 second, y'all. I got to blow this up. So you're saying here that there was a star at the highest horizon, or perhaps himself at the highest horizon, and he drew nearer moving down. Because again, after the horizon point, the southern point, energies or bodies start to descend. So again, they're giving us astronomy, right? Until he became as close as possible. He then revealed to his servant what was revealed. The mind never made up what it saw. Are you doubting what it saw? He saw him in another descent. And this is interesting. I'm not going to get into this now, but I'm about to crack this one because I know what they're getting at. In the ultimate point. So now you're saying there's two periods of descent. Basically, your north and your south. Okay. So the ultimate point where the eternal paradise is located. So now the Quran is saying, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a horizon and then there's another descent ultimate point. And if you understand these 2 points, there's an eternal paradise that's located within that. That's not infinity, ladies and gentlemen, if you know how to calculate. At the very bottom, you see another translation for verse 9, and it means 2 bow lengths. So verse 9 says, until he became the distance or close as 2 bow lengths, not as possible. 2 bow lengths. Now, 2 bow lengths is going to come up. So in the Quran, it says he is the Lord of Sirius, right? I said that chapter 53, verse 49. But we got 50,000 light years to our spheroidal galaxy where you say the angels ascend. So we got these 2 points right here, right? Now, when you deal with Sirius has an orbital period of 49.9 years. Again, this is in the Introduction to Modern Astrophysics at Cambridge University. Okay. 49.9 years. And again, when we go back, like I said, it's verse 49, in which the Quran says Allah is the Lord of Sirius. Okay. All right. So now, when you understand what's called the orbital period of Sirius, it looks like a bow. So on the right hand side, it say the Dogon drew it, but astronomical designs, this is what they found, because the Dogon by far are the chief custodians of Sirius. Okay. So this is the bow. What a coincidence. This also reminds you of DNA. This is DNA. Okay. So as I pointed out last week, there's a chapter called Al Tariq, which they translate to mean the night visitor or the night comer. This is chapter 86 in the Quran. What chapter 86 says, in the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful, by the sky and Al Tariq. But what will let you know what Al Tariq is? The piercing star. There is no soul without a protector cover or protector over it. Let man consider what he was created from. He was created from a gushing liquid issuing from between the backbone and the breastbones. So I got a few questions with this. First of all, what do you mean there is no soul without a protector over it immediately after you tell us, what do you know about Al Tariq? It is a bright star. So now, could it possibly be our souls have some type of star protectant over it? Or is our souls even related to a star or stars that has some type of protection involved in it? It's just a question. Why you put it there? What's going on? So yeah, we really take our time when we read in this Quran and Bible, anything for that matter, right? And then immediately after you connect the soul to a star, you start talking about how we were made. So then I have to ask another question. Well, is the star connected to our physical biology? It's just a rational question. Because why are you putting this there? But again, when we start looking at the orbital period in the previous slide, we saw, well, wait a minute. That looks identical to DNA. Again, the Dogon said, hey, you know what? There was a group of intelligent beings that came from Sirius, and they were called the teachers, the nomos, and they actually started pretty much seeding humanity on this earth. That's in their theology. Okay. All right. So I know that the night visitor, chapter 86, is also corresponding to the distance of Sirius. Sirius is 8.6 light years away. But in chapter 86, you're talking about a bright piercing star. You see what I'm saying? So the throne, this is what they say, the throne of Allah, known as the Arsh, is mentioned multiple times in the Quran and Hadith as the greatest and highest realm of the divine authority. Nothing supersedes this. It is not a physical seat, but represents Allah's supreme dominion over all existence. So they say it's not a physical seat. But then Surah 40 says, those who carry the throne and those around it exalt Allah. But if it's not physical, and I'm not talking earthly physical, pay attention. Please pay attention and follow this. No matter what plane of existence you're on, the moment that you see something externalized other than yourself, an angel could appear in ether gassy form, but if it has something to pick up, then we're going to call that the equivalent in our reality as physical, because it's something that is externalized outside of yourself. Got me? So I don't care if it's all ethereal. It still exists out of the being self, where they're saying that they're picking this thing up and carrying it. Now, what if it's nothing to pick up and carry? Now, what are you talking about? Here's the hidden jewel in it. You know how you carry, you represent something, right? So when I get into my history bag, I'm on Harriet Tubman team, right? Am I physically carrying Harriet Tubman, or am I more mentally, metaphorically carrying that particular teaching? You understand what I'm saying? So now the throne could be seen as something that you carry, an authority in the sense that you carry. But where is it? What is it? Okay. That's what we got to get into. All right. So for me, this all happened, and I might get emotional, man, but this all happened on my birthday, right? A couple days ago. One something in the morning, and that voice, for me, it's a telepathic voice, sort of like a thought just pop up in a sense. And it said, go connect the throne to Sirius, because Friday you did a presentation with Sirius. Now you need to go connect the throne to Sirius. Go do that. I get on my computer and I do that, right? Now, Sirius has 3 letters in Arabic, and we read Arabic from the right side to the left side. From the right side to the left side. So that fancy looking W with the 3 dots on it, that's the Shin. The S. The one in the middle look like an E, that's Ein. And the last letter is Ra, R. Okay? So it'd be like S-A-R in a sense. Okay? That's the name of Sirius. Okay? Want to see the name of the throne? Ein Ra Sin or Shin. It's the same 3 letters. The same 3 letters. The same 3 letters. And when I saw that, I said, Alhamdulillah. I mean, I jumped up out my seat, because for me, where am I getting the thought from? I just honored it and went to go look, and it's the same thing, right? So immediately, I'm glad it's time stamped. So at 1:35 in the morning, I hit Yusuf TK up at my phone. I got him as Black Fink when he on his money game. And I said, bro, you up? Like, you look, I'm like, bro, you up? I didn't came, nigga. I got a revelation. So he hit me back at 8:43 in the morning. He's like, man, I was out, man, but happy birthday. So it was my birthday that I'm texting him at 1:30 in the morning. I said, bro, alhamdulillah, nigga, Allah showed me where the throne is. Go look up this 3-letter root word for throne, right? So I'm going to have him go do the math and see it for himself. I just don't want to tell him. I want him to make the discovery too. So I just don't tell y'all stuff sometimes. Like I may give y'all, if we on this level, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, go look it up so you can see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so let me blow this up a little bit, right? So he came back with the eyes like, oh shit, right? So now let's look at the numerical value. Now, y'all know when I get into this is my way of really getting into the hidden meaning. Well, Sirius equals 570. So the Arsh, because it's the same 3 letters, have to equal 570. Perfect common sense, right? So I said, okay. Now, well, I'll tell you in a minute. So then I go back and I'm texting TK. I said, now listen, the Kursi, because remember, it's the Arsh and the Kursi. Now, the Kursi, they always say is the footstool. If you go Google what is the Kursi, they'll say footstool. But the truth of the matter is, in the Quran, that word is only used twice, and it appears as throne. This is why that prayer that you heard when you first came in is known as the ayatul Kursi, okay? And they call it the throne verse. But when they compare the throne to the Arsh, they said the Arsh is higher. Now, 570 we know is the Arsh, but 280 is the Kursi. So that's a difference between the two of 290, okay? The difference between the two is 290. And when I go look up 290, 290 means Rasul. And Rasul means messenger. Okay? So he like, bro, you snapping out. I said, bro, dead on. When I text you, I was like, happy. Like for me, it was a revelation that came through that was like, happy birthday, nigga. So I'm saying this, I just come off this Sirius connection again on Friday. And that voice told me to compare Sirius to the throne. And lo and behold, it's the same freaking letters. Man, I almost cried. So I had to go listen to Surah 48 because I turned 48. And 48, that surah is called victory. Okay? It's called victory. So for me, I'm having a divine revelation, right? And I said, oh, okay. Because I'm the one that be on the cosmic messenger game. I'm the one that be showing us how our victory really, when we start dialing in on stars and really going in with the prayer and the meditation type of things and things start happening. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, okay, I got you. Right? So let me see what's that next slide? Because I got it kind of okay. So this was a vision that came to me after once I saw all this, right? Right-handed God, man, I ain't got no reason to lie to you, and I'm gonna prove it. The vision I saw was, well, if this is the truth, go play the lottery. Well, that's me questioning it. The vision was like, go play the lottery on your way to the office right here in the morning, because I play right here at the Marathon gas station on the corner. Go play 570 and go play 280 and 290. And this number is going to come out. And this is how you gonna know this is the truth from God. Swear to God. Swear to you, right hand of God, I don't have no reason to lie to you. That morning, it was snowing. So I disobeyed the message. And I said, well, I'm going to go play later. But I saw myself playing in the morning before I got here. I didn't. Time got away from me. I go in the evening time, and this is what happens. Now, I play, as you see, it says evening only. I play 570 box because I know long as the number come out, it's the same thing. God scrambles things in our reality. So long as the number come out, I played 280, which is the Rasul, or 280 is the difference, right? And is the Kursi, 290 is the Rasul, right? 216 the birthday. And then look at this dumb decision that I did, right? Just silly. I played 208, but 280 is 208. I didn't have to play 208 because 280 covered me, but I'm not paying attention. And you know what I usually put right here? I usually put 523, which is Minister Jew's birthday, because me and this dude have been shown over the years, over and over again, how we are quantumly entangled. Literally. It could be things like we go to North Carolina on a trip. He'll wake up in the morning like, oh, bro, I didn't bring no clothes. I'll be back. I'm about to go to the mall. He go to the mall and get something. When he come out his room, me and him got on the same stuff. And he didn't even see me dress. You see what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I just got these new sneakers. Bro, I just got them same sneakers last week. Right? Like over and over again. Crazy stuff be happening. Right? So I always be like, nah, I know how this works. I'm going to play his number. Right? Now, look what happened. Look what the number came out freaking midday. Look at that. 057 came out midday, and my silly butt didn't listen to the instruction. Played it in the evening because I missed midday, and it came out in the freaking morning. Alhamdulillah. And then look what came out that evening. Jew's birthday came out box. And my silly behind didn't put it on slot E. And instead of figuring out, because you get 5 numbers on the ticket, being lazy, I didn't grab another ticket and put his number there. And it comes on my birthday. If you've been with me, last year on my birthday, I played my birthday and my birthday came out. I ain't got to lie. I don't got to lie, man. So when I'm looking at this and breaking all this down, 570 represents this, the throne. It represents Sirius. Use this teaching on this. Okay, go look. This is what it is. Now I want you to go play. You didn't play. And boy, don't you think I beg like a mug and try to get, oh, come on, man. Come on, come back. Man, give me one more. You think I didn't go for a couple days straight again? I should have put the other one because 2 days later it came out 175, 1 number off. Like, now we're going to tease you. Why? Because you need to practice humility. You didn't listen to divine instruction. So go tell the people that. Because you still really won. In spirit, you won. You won last year. Are you going to be upset that you didn't win? It would have felt better. Of course, to me, it would have felt better if I would have won. But I know I won. It's timestamp. I showed y'all the timestamp. It's timestamp, right? But go show the people so the people can understand this important thing. You follow your divine inspiration because inspiration is the same word for revelation. When that comes to you, you honor that. You do that. Period. Or you can miss the boat. And you just wait for another inspiration and you get it then. It's fine. Right? It'll be all right. Right? But honor that. Okay? So it came. I really won twice on my birthday. 2 times. Right? So, like, really, you already know the odds of numbers coming anyway. But what's the odds of all of this that I'm doing this and I'm telling you the chain of how it came and I go play and the number comes? All right. So I figured it out for me, which I already know. And listen, and I say this, man, we human. I struggle. Right. All the messengers did. We struggle, right? As humans. So this thing from the Most High. This ain't no walk in the park. And then you got to check ego, right? Like, nigga, in your mind, nigga, are you saying I'm a messenger? Are you saying me? Nigga, I'm a nigga. But you, like, come on, man, like, me, nigga, you know what I used to be into? Me, like, yeah. But hold on. If I go say that, the niggas gonna think I'm tripping. I can't say I think I'm tripping. So, like, let alone trying to. What's up? Like, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's heavy, man. That's heavy. So for me, I need external validation because that's the proof. I always show this 6-pointed star. That's the proof because what I have within, that's fine, but it's subjected to my own thing. If I tell you that God came and told me something, you can just look at me and like, I believe you or I don't believe you. But if I can show and prove through a chain of a concept, like, nah, bro, look, I found this number. I text TK at 1:30 in the morning. I told him 570. I went to supposed to go play in the morning. And then 570 come. It makes sense to me. You feel me? This is how I personally check my ego by the validation of as above, so below. Because anything else is potentially a slippery slope where you just be really self-centered and you getting it from here and you saying it's divine and not saying that it's not divine, but I need that external correspondence to validate that this work is true from the Most High. So it won't be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? All right? All right. So let's move on. Did you know also the word Sharia represents the law in Islam? That's what it's called, Sharia law. Literally. But it's the same letters. It's Shin Ra Ain. Whereas Sirius is Shin Ain Ra. Whereas the throne is Ain Ra Shin. All of these are 570 in their numerical value. That's what they are. So I'll give you a little don't make fun of my little map. All right, a little family tree map. Sharia is the law. The throne and Sirius are all the same numerically. So what is the law? The throne. What is the throne? Sirius. All of those are the same. Now, the word ruh means spirit, and God said Allah put his spirit in man. That was ruh. Ruh was mentioned 57 times in the Quran. That root word ruh mentioned 57 times. 57 is a tenth of 570. Rahman, every verse in the Quran, what do you hear first? Bismillahir-Rahman. Rahman is used 57 times. 57 times. Rahim is mentioned 114 times, which is double 57, which is the total number of chapters in the Quran. Rahman, if you study Islam, they would tell you that this is like God's divine compassion, that humans really don't embody this. Humans have Rahim. They don't have Rahman. That's the legend. But that's 57, which is a base of Sirius. Now, Sirius takes 49.9 years to orbit. We showed you that. Do you know the word for unseen, like the unseen God, unseen, is mentioned 49 times in the Quran? Do you know the word star is mentioned 13 times in the Quran? But the Quran says, and we proportioned man out of black mud. Proportioned man is mentioned 13 times, the same amount of time that you mentioned star. Did I not show you that as soon as they mentioned the star, they started talking about how we was created from a liquid in between the backbone? What are you getting at? You proportion man out of black mud. Black mud, the value of the word equals 49. 49 connects us to the unseen, which connects us to the orbital period. Black mud of sounding clay. It says that in the Quran. Sounding, resonance, a sound. That's mentioned 4 times. Black mud and sounding clay. You made us out of a black mud of sounding clay. Both are mentioned 4 times. And the Kaaba itself is with a black silk drape over it is only mentioned 4 times. So you see how the family tree is connecting? It is connecting us back to Sirius, just like our African Dogon ancestors said, which, by the way, I keep saying it, outside of the indigenous practice of the culture, Mali is Muslim. And I keep saying it, West Africa didn't have Islam forced upon them. West Africa got Islam by the way of trade and accepted it. The king of the Ghana Empire is said to have over 12 masjids in his vicinity and had a major masjid at his court, at his king's palace, so the Muslims can go pray there because he respected Islam. But when you understand it, like I'm showing you, it's taking us back to African cosmology anyway. We can go to Egypt with Sirius and what we call Isis, Set, and Sebdet. That connects there too. The whole Sophist calendar, the Syrian calendar, is based off this. Ramadan is supposed to be based off of this right here. The Islamic calendar is supposed to be based off this right here. So this is the law. This is the throne. You got me? That's what this is. So next week, I'm going to get into and show you what the Khalifa is. Like, where's Khalifa? The Khalifa, they say, oh, the Caliph, he's the ruler. Okay. I'm going to show you something that corresponds with the ruler, which should tell us what the ruler must know as it pertains exactly to this conversation. Okay? So the throne is serious. And boy, we're gonna have to go back to that slide. Let's go back because they was giving up some juice. Where is that verse at? Yeah, let's go back to this because they getting to something right here. As the stars fell away, your friend Muhammad was not astray, nor was he deceived. Right? Nor was he speaking out of personal desire. That's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking out of personal desire with this. I don't control the lottery ball, or maybe I do, but I don't control the lottery ball. It was divine inspiration, dictated by the most powerful, possessor of all authority from his highest height at the highest horizon. He drew nearer by moving down until he became as the length of 2 bow lengths. He then revealed to his servant what was to be revealed. The mind never made up what it saw. It really says the heart right there. Are you doubting what he saw? He saw him in another descent at an ultimate point where the eternal paradise is located. Wow. Wow. All I can say is, wow. There's something going on here. There's a connection that's going on here. And you're telling us that by the intersection of something going down, and you're talking about stars, and you said stars. I'm gonna say it again, it's plural. Why? Why are you what's going on with this plural thing that's going on? Why is that important to understand when they fall and rise and fall again and see another? Like, come on. Something that's there, ladies and gentlemen. Something that's there. All right. So I'm gonna come off it with that. Y'all got any questions? You could drop it in the chat. And if you want to mic up real quick, because I usually get off of here at 1:30. If you want to mic up, there go a link in the chat and whatnot. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. You know, that's man. That's amazing, man. To me, I don't know if y'all see what I see here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's just, I be wanting to cry, man. I be crying when y'all ain't around. I'll cry. You know what I mean? Tears will come to my eye. It's like, damn. That like the feeling I get is like, I love you. I got y'all, but y'all got to step up to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that could be a conversation. The way the intercession, the way God comes through in this reality, you're not going to get them. And I'm not saying not as concrete because you never know what can happen. But historically speaking, the world has yet to say, oh my God, there go God. And the whole world came to a standstill because God said, hey, I want to talk to all y'all humanity. I want to talk to all y'all niggas. I'm talking to everybody. Y'all all see me at the same time. I'm God. This is what I want from y'all, or this is you don't get it that way. So the Quran is big on, these are the signs. These are the signs for people who understand. These are the signs for people who have understanding. These are signs for people who have knowledge. These are the signs for people who reflect. Go back to my lecture I did called Think, Food, Think. And I show various verses from the Quran that's saying, think, reflect, have knowledge, have wisdom, have understanding. God speaks through signs. I told y'all in chapter 65, verse 12, the Quran says, and Allah created the 7 universes and a similar number of earths, and his command flows within them. Some say descends within them. So God speaks through the 7 heavens and 7 earths. That's in the Quran. Yeah, that's what the Quran says. Absolutely, that's what he does. You know what my favorite one is, and I'm not gonna never. Every time I say it, I want y'all to get to a point like, here we go, and I just want you to repeat it with me because I want it to be ingrained in your psyche for life. In the heaven is your provision and everything promised to you. That's in the Quran. In the heaven is your provisions in everything promised to you. It's in the heaven. I don't have it. It's there. I dropped it off already. Elevate y'all game. Figure it out. Understand how I communicate. Now, why are we fallen beings? That's another conversation. What's the ascension like? What's the process of ascension? What is that like? You know what I'm saying? I see you back here, TD, but your device is not connected. So I don't know if you got to hit a button to connect or something and whatnot. You know? So yeah, like we supposed to be into a heavenly thing, a divine heavenly connection. And like I said, well, if your provision and everything that is promised to you is in heaven, is it all in one spot or is it spread out through the heaven? Because now we got to go treasure hunting. We have to go cosmic, heavenly treasure hunting because everything for us is in the heavens. That's what it says. But the beautiful astro science says exactly the same thing. Hey, you know, the second house is money. That's right there. Hey, you know, the eighth house represents other people's money and inheritance and, you know, what that's going to look like for you. If you got Saturn in the eighth house or Saturn in opposition to something in the eighth house, your inheritance may be delayed because Saturn's energy represent delay. So you may want to take care of your business, dot your I's, cross your T's. If you went through a spiritual awakening and changed your name and you're no longer Jonathan Morris, you're now John Bay. You may want to make sure that the insurance policies and things of that nature is reflecting that because Saturn connected to the eighth house represent a delay in inheritance. Hey, Jupiter represents abundance. And for you, Jupiter was over here in the sign Taurus, which represents money, but it's in the region of space when you were born called the 11th house, which is the house of friends. So you can have abundant friends, or if you do things with a group, you can become abundant. So whatever it is, it's not you being solo abundant. It's your money in abundance factor with Jupiter is connected to groups of people and possibly technology as well, because that's the 11th house. That's right there. Get off this 2D chart. And that's what the difference with me in this astro science. Get off the 2D chart and now superimpose it onto 3D space. And then your mind, it goes into 4D and beyond, right? They say the fourth dimension is time, goes into 4D and beyond, where you say, oh, okay, well, by the revolutions of the moon will align with Jupiter every month when I was born in this area of space. I need to pinpoint that because the moon, as the Bible said, is what? A faithful witness forever. A faithful witness. Okay, I need to know that. So really the real internal work in a sense is, oh, this is how you know yourself. My heavenly provisions. I know I should know. Saturn in Leo, Neptune in Sag, Mercury in Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, Mars in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius, Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus in Scorpio. Did I leave something out? I don't think. Pluto in Libra, Venus in Aries. Okay. What house? Dial it in. What area of space? Venus in the 10th, Saturn in the 2nd, Uranus in the 5th, Neptune in the 6th, right? The cluster in Aquarius in the 8th, besides the Sun in the 9th, Jupiter in the 11th, Pluto in the 4th. Okay. Uranus, I said that. 5th. Okay. Bam. Dialed it in. I know me. I know my cosmic representation. That's important to know. Why is that important to know? For your sake of abundance. I showed you when my money zone came, $10,000 check come. Okay, cool. But I also know when the adversity can come. Mars, perfect timer. All right, who want to fight? Somebody want to fight. Somebody gonna be mad at me. Who gonna be mad at me? I'm gonna say something. Somebody gonna be mad at me. When? When is this timeline? Oh, when Mars get in Leo. Why is that important? Because I'm Aquarius and Leo's in opposition to me. So that also means Scorpio and Taurus, you're gonna be agitated too because Mars is at a square to you. Go into the Patreon, go to the square chart, go to Astro Tools, go to the square chart, find your sign, know what signs. Here's your homework assignment. Know what signs square you, and it's connected to you by that square. You will see it. Then I want you to identify, go to astro.com. It's free. Put your birthday in, and I want you to identify the planet Mars on your birth chart. Don't worry. It's a little key at the bottom of the chart that say Mars. I want you to identify the planet Mars in your chart. And then I want you to go back. If you see you got Mars in, let's just say Aries, then I want you to go back to the square chart in the Patreon and see the signs that are connected to Aries, because it's a good chance that Mars is not in the same sign of your birth sign. Why is that important? Because wherever Mars is, when you were born, if Mars was in Aries, but let's just say you a Gemini, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Bull crap. If you got born with Mars in Aries, and when Mars is in Libra, and when Mars is in Cancer, all right, and when Mars is in Capricorn, you got some smoke that's potentially coming. A little bit of agitation. It can just show as frustration about something, or it can go to the extreme and you can shoot somebody. Donald Trump got shot in the ear when Mars was squaring Mars. You get what I'm saying? So just because it ain't in your sun sign don't mean nothing. Understand that. Map that out for yourself. Okay? All right. I probably got only a few more slots open on the Patreon. And that's it, man. I wasn't gonna do it because I don't feel like being bogged down with reports, man. Let me think. I don't want to be bogged down with reports, right? But when it's given to me to, hey, open it up so some people can get it, I open it up for 10 more people to get in there. I don't know how many is left. I'll check it later on this evening. There's definitely a few people that's in there. Then I outline this for you. Hey, Code Red. Go into Patreon, type in the search button. It's a magnifying glass. Type in Code Red. Study Code Red. Because when I say Code Red is coming, this is the things that you should do. But this is the thing y'all should be doing anyway. You should always have in your vehicle. I'm pointing here because my truck right here. In my truck, I got a Mars medallion with the angelic names on it. It's just and you got to understand, planets rule metals. Jupiter rule tin, Saturn rules lead, the sun is gold, the moon is silver, right? Venus is copper. Like this is some stuff that's known, right? So I got a medallion in there, and then I roll with some Christian iconic things hanging off my rear view mirror, because this is spiritual war. The Bible says that we're fighting against the evil and wickedness of cosmic powers, is what that says in the Bible. It don't say high places. It says cosmic powers is what that says. All right. And so Code Red Tom, I ain't gonna get prayed up now. I should already be prayed up. So I'm gonna do my prayer. I'm gonna do my prayer 5 times a day to the best of my ability. I don't got my keys on me, but on my keys, I got a Hamza hand. I got a Hamza hand on my keys. I've been having that for years. I went to the Jewish store. The rabbi gave me that. Give me that. And on the back of it, it says a prayer for travelers. You feel me? So I like to keep on my beam. If you roll with the Bible on the dash, shout out to the old song Gunplay. That's why I roll with the Bible on the dash. Open it up to Psalm 119, whatever you do. You should have some type of conscious effort that your vessel and everything that you do is spiritually protected. You feel me? That should just be off rip. but I do let you know when that time is coming. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't ever want nobody to, when a person get got, right? Fifth house, you want to testify, right? She was feeling Marsy. One time hit me up like, it's Mars. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And it's like, man, I had to give niggas the business, right? That's a real transmission that's coming through. That's real. And the beautiful thing about consciousness with the science, we can go into the future and look at the celestial environment and say, oh, okay, I better get busy because Jupiter, the planet of abundance, is coming around to my money house. And this takes 11 to 12 years on average to do this. And it's only going to be here for a year. So I think I better get busy and do the best that I can do. So what projects do I have that I can really capitalize off of? Oh, coincidence. Sir, you almost at 4 million in real estate, what you building right now? 3.99 when I add it up. Oh, that's good. Can you keep going and expand even more? Possibly, yes, let's do it. Because this year, sir, this planet's going to be in your money house. That happens to be the projected timeline of when the finished, built, on the market, sold, right? So line it up. Our ancestors, man, like that's one I'm really proud of that. You know, I'm proud that we could really authentically find Nubian, dark Africans, right, that we can connect to that says, oh, look, these dudes built pyramids, and these pyramids mirror the 3 stars in Orion's belt. Oh, they had a person named Ampu, and he dog mask on, and that's connected to Sirius. Oh, okay. Well, we create our calendar around this time, and mid-August is the new year, because when Sirius comes up before the sun comes up, the Nile River starts to rise, and then the crops get fed and stuff. So we have a festival. That's us. That's in our DNA, right? Anywhere on that continent. And I implore you to get an ancestry thing done. Don't worry about somebody. You got free will. So we think we got free will. Nobody gonna do nothing to you. And listen, pray up. Roll with your spiritual side. That's gonna be like somebody messing with you spiritually, man. You ain't gotta tolerate that. What? Udu Bele Shaitan regime. Right? You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, right? But get your ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Because then it start making some sense. So for me, my stuff is majority Nigerian, Benin, Togo. Third is Mali, the Dogon area, right? And so I'm all West Africa for me. And then west up on that Atlantic Ocean, what I call west when you're on Africa soil, everything on that west side. Majority of my flow is there. But these were star people that's there. You know what I'm saying? In the aspect of Islam, the mystical side of Islam, the real deal Islam, the original Islam. You know what I'm saying? All right. Good. So y'all. Now you got it in the 4th house, but I want you to know the sign that is in. And then I want you to go to the square chart and then know the signs that connect on that square chart. Y'all want to see the square chart real fast? What time? I got 1 minute, then I got to get out of here real fast. Let me see if I can just find it on Google. Astrology. Man, this should be on my computer if I type in, because I could have swore I typed it in as square. There we go. All right, let me kind of share my screen real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna have to blow it up because that's too small. Let's bring it to about right there. Share screen. I'll do the entire. And where's it at? Here. Boom. Okay. So say you a Libra, but you got Mars and Leo. Everything in green is connected to you. Okay. So that's why I want you to know your sign and your square points, and then know where Mars is in the sign and know the Martian square points. That's what I'm saying. Because when Mars get in one of those positions, that's the time where the negative thing potentially increases. The potential of it increases at that time. That's what all I'm saying. Okay. So study that, but that's in the Patreon. All right. All right, so I got to get out of here, man. It's Juma. Happy Juma Mubarak. Shalom Shabbat. Those of you who practice the Sabbath, man, get y'all some flowers. It's a beautiful day. This is the feel good day. Go get your haircut, get your nails done, bring some flowers in the house, take you a Venus bath and whatnot. But I'm about to go and make prayer and do my thing. All right. All right. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Everybody that's new in the Patreon, do me a favor. Go back to your welcome note. Click on the Calendly link and schedule an appointment with me so I can get with you one-on-one. The ones of you who join the membership that needs the astral report, because I do gotta get your time of birth and stuff so I can get you situated for the month of March. Okay. So hit me up on that Calendly link and let's have a quick 15-minute conversation. All right. And I'll be sure to repost it in there. All right. All right, man. Y'all have a blessed day and I'll see y'all later. All right. Peace.